Everyone, welcome to Geeking Out with MellyMel. I'm Melissa. I'm really excited for today's video. I wanted to bring you this video ASAP because in anticipation of Disney's One Family pin trading event, which is taking place this Friday and Saturday, I figure I should bring you some tips as to what to expect, what to do, and what to bring, especially if this is your first official Disney pin trading event. Stay tuned. Today I'll be going over some tips for this year's Disney pin trading event, which will be taking place in Epcot Friday and Saturday, August 12th and 13th. And I wrote a little list here just to make myself a little more organized. I will be talking about what to expect, what to do, and what to bring. So let's get started. First things first. The first thing I wanted to talk about was your pins. So if you did your RSP or random selection process to order pins from Disney's catalog for this event, you had two options. You could either do the early pickup, and if you did that, you will be picking up your pins on Thursday, August 11th at Coronado Springs. Now, if you didn't do the early pickup, you will be picking up your pins the first day of the event at the event, so that Friday morning. Now, when you go pick up your pins, in the past I just put a little bag together for you which will have your name, and for that you will need to show ID so that you can pick up your bag, right? Now, in your bag, not only will you have your pins that you had already paid for, but you should also find your welcome pin and your lanyard, which will have your credentials. Now, also attached to your credentials, in the past we have had the pin trading tabs there, so make sure that you bring that lanyard to the pin trading event so that you can trade from the official pin trading stations that Disney will have for you. In the past, inside that RSP package or bag, you should have a note letting you know whether you were picked for the trivia game as well. Now, that trivia game will be happening during the pin trading event, and there are going to be some prizes for the participants and the winners. Now, let's talk about the actual first day of the event. On that first day, you want to make sure you get to Epcot and to the event place early, because there is going to be a line. If the events in the past are any indication as to how this one is going to be, there's going to be a line for you to get in, so make sure that you get there early, and again that you have your lanyard with you, not only because it is your credentials, but also in the past your pin trading tabs are attached to your credentials. Typically you snap them off as you go and trade for the pins. Well, we're going to talk about that in just a second. The next thing that I do is that once I am inside of the event, I start scanning for the official Disney pin trading stations, because those lines get long fast. I would say you're probably going to spend most of your day in those areas doing some pin trading with Disney, so definitely make sure you scan for those areas first so you can start getting in line and you can get some pins. Now, in the past, once you are at the pin trading station, you will have 60 seconds to trade for 2 pins. Now, for this event, it is encouraged that you bring at least 8 pins per day, so the event is 2 days, so bring at least 16 pins so that you can trade from Disney's official pin trading boards or pin trading station. Now I'm going to show you a quick tip as to how to make the best of your pin trading experience from Disney's pin trading board when you only have 60 seconds to do it. Let's say this is one of Disney's official pin trading boards. Now, in those boards, you will have a lot of pins to choose from. So something that I typically do is that I use my finger just to kind of guide myself and make sure that I scan all the pins on the board. Now, if I happen to see a pin that I like, I'll go like this. And I leave that finger there so that I don't lose that pin. And then with my other finger, I will do the same until I find a second pin that I like. That way I am making the best out of my 60 seconds, and that way I get to pick my 2 favorite pins from the board. I also wanted to say that each time you go to a Disney pin trading station, you will give the cast member one of the pin trading tabs, which again, you'll have 4 tabs per day, and each tab lets you trade for 2 pins at a time. And the next tip that I have for you is do not bring too much. At least in my experience, bringing too much makes it a little uncomfortable. Now, typically for the Disney pin trading events, these days are very long and you're most likely going to be on your feet all day. So you will get tired, and the more you have to carry, probably the more tired you're going to feel, especially as you're making these lines to trade from Disney's official pin trading stations. So I would say bring, of course, a lanyard or 2, perhaps bring 2 pin books. In there you can have your 16 pins to trade from Disney's official pin trading stations, and any other pin that you might be wanting to trade maybe with another pin trader, right, just to add to your collection. But again, less is more, because these events again can be very tiring. They're very fun, but again, you're going to be on your feet most likely all day, and at the event you're also going to pick up extra merchandise. You're going to get your goodbye pin, and in the past we have also had a scavenger hunt pin set, so you'll be carrying some stuff with you. And let's face it, pin trading books can be very heavy, so I would say less is more. Just bring what you absolutely think you should bring, and do not bring too much, because another thing is that it gets really crowded in there, so it is going to be a little bit tight. And that's it, you guys. Those are the tips that I have for you, but of course the main thing is that you have fun. And of course, be nice and kind as you're doing some pin trading. We're all there to have fun and have a good time. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever been to a Disney pin trading event, if you're going to this one, if this was going to be your first one. As usual, if you love the things that I talk about, definitely subscribe, comment, like, and hit that notification bell so that you can keep winking out with me. Bye!